We make the hits, y'all take the hits, and now we fired up. 3, 2, 1, don't need no break. Hut 1, hut 2, get it straight.
We are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Today we reach Week 15 and we've got a good matchup in store between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Atlanta Falcons. Set to go, Younghoe Koo ready to do the honors. And we are underway here on EA Sports. Fielded just outside the goal line. Oh, a good return up past the 30. The 40. The 20. And he will score. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. And that right there is how you silence the home crowd.
All week long in preparation, visiting teams talk about it. Okay, we've got to start fast. We've got to take the crowd out of it, as you just talked about there. We've got to control the ball early. And in this case, forget fast start. This is a blazing start. What they've talked about all week is their offensive unit doing that. Not necessarily the guys returning the opening kickoff, but believe me, they'll take this.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 7-0. So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Play action. Now Wilson. He's got a man complete. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. 33 yards that time. That's some early fireworks on the first play from scrimmage.
The last fireworks I saw, July 4th, okay? Here they are celebrating the start of this game the exact same way. Explosive right out of the gate.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. First carry now for A.J. Dillon. And he'll power his way forward for about 4 yards there on the first down carry. Well, these two teams hooking up for the second time this year. They first met back in October, Week 7. And it was the Falcons getting the road victory in that one, so they'll look to finish off the season sweep here in Atlanta. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. It's rare that a man his size can't at least push forward for a yard, but they stopped him there for nothing.
You're talking about Tiny? You talking about the little guy back there? That monster. Yeah, you're exactly right. And it takes a group effort to get a guy like that down and not let him find some space. The first guy in, he's got to take one for the team, right? Because he's just waiting there and holding on for everyone else to help him out.
Open man is Kyle Pitts, his tight end. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. Interesting decision here. Opening drive, Charles, 4th and short. You're in field goal range. We'll see what they do.
I just shake a fist at my offense and say, go get it, guys, because if you can't pick up 4th and short here, we're probably in trouble the rest of the game. Show some confidence, show some aggressiveness, go pick it up.
They'll run for it with Dillon. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. A defensive breakdown allows a pickup of 16 on 4th down. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
So this offense able to convert on 4th. And now a fresh set of downs here. 1st and 10. Here's Ronald Jones, first carry for the USC man. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a 1st down. They've taken this opening kickoff and marched it right down the field defensively. Not much resistance.
And that's the point, because my admiration is for the guys moving the ball right now. They know what they're doing. Their plan is working. But I flip it over and watch and say, okay, what are you going to do to change things up? Because if you don't, then...
And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. A.J. Dillon, his 12th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Falcons drive it right down the field to score on their opening drive. Extra point by Koo, up and good. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Takes it at the 7. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. On 1st and 10, Mayfield. Throw left side complete. That's Hill. Finding space at the 40. And he will step out of bounds all the way down inside the 40. A big play that time for Tampa Bay. 41 yards.
I thought he did a nice job there of reading the coverage and realizing he didn't have anything downfield. So what quarterback doesn't love having a running back who's a terrific safety valve that he can dump the ball off to and turn it into a big hitter anyway?
The first carry now. This is Hill. They had the huge play last time. Here it is a much smaller gain of 2. Here's Hill again on 2nd down. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. A yard in the wrong direction. Makes 3rd down tougher. 3rd down and 9.
That's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
On 3rd down, Mayfield. Throw right side, caught by O.J. Howard. And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. No gain on the play. And it'll be 4th down.
Excuse my snarkiness here, but isn't the idea of completing a pass supposed to mean you get downfield and gain yards?
Especially on 3rd down.
Yeah, that one. How about the defense? Figured that one out in a big way. Yeah, they completed it all right and lost yardage.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal, you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And they, if you just look at this game, Charles, on paper, they've got the edge, no doubt. They're hanging around the top of the NFC. On the other side, you got a squad that's towards the bottom of the NFC. But when we mentioned that to the coaches, they were having no part of it.
Yeah, and I like how you said when we mentioned it. In fact,
he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Jamel Dean. And it's a pick 6. He brings it back to the house for a Buccaneer TD. Charles, you can just see the frustration on the sideline. Safe to say that's not how they expected this series to go. The ball only went one way, and it was backward into their own end zone, courtesy of the pick six.
And, Brandon, how often do we hear offenses tell us before a game they want to end every series with a kick, right? A punt, a PAT, or a field goal. In case of a defense, they want to end with a punt or a takeaway. And we saw the takeaway right there, and it turned out to be a takeaway that turned into 6 points.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away.
The Falcons take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick six, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick six and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
They run again with Dillon. And he's able to get across midfield and down into Buccaneer territory. 51 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start.
Consecutive positive runs for him on the last 2 snaps. He certainly appears to be trying to put the offense on his back and just move them down the field when his number is called. The way he's running it, I keep going back to him.
Under a minute to go, clock running in a back-and-forth first quarter of play. From just shy of midfield, Wilson. He's got his pass-catching tight end, that's Pitts. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
I know I spend a lot of time talking about how tight ends in a lot of cases now are pumped up wide receivers, but they're still big people. He used that frame right there to absorb a really big hit on him and held on to the ball.
Dillon now on 1st and 10. And he is going to lose yardage here. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
It's a loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 46-yard line.
After one, 17-7 is our score.
Buccaneers 17, Falcons 7.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Here's Wilson. Past the 20. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs 19. A very solid gain of 27.
I tell you what, it looks like he's shaking off that pick six just fine. It's not just defensive backs that have to have short memories. Quarterbacks utilize that as well. A much more confident throw right there.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. Now Dillon on the inside give. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll run here with Dillon. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. It's a gain of a couple, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
The yards may start getting a little tougher to come by down here near the goal line. That's good work defensively there on 1st down, holding them to a short gain.
On 2nd down, Dillon. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
So they're back at the 7 now for third and goal. They'll go with a touch pass here, trying to pick it up. And he takes this down to about the 2 before going out of bounds.
A 5-yard pickup brings up 4th down and goal.
Fourth down, and the attention turns to Falcon kicker Younghoe Koo. From the right hash at a bit of a tight angle. Koo knocks this one through the post. So 3 points on the board, as easy a field goal as you're going to get, but I can see you shaking your head.
I love that peripheral vision of yours, partner, because to me, if it's the fourth quarter and you're up 6, I get it. But now, even if you run and don't get in, you're still setting them up to go a long field, 98, 99-yard drive. How do you look at your defense and not give them that opportunity?
And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get him 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the end zone.
And in our experience, how much fun is it for coaches to know that they've got a kicker who can nail it from long distance? Now the hard part is, as an offensive play caller, you don't want that in your head too much where you're relying on it, and he goes out and gets the job done for them. But I'm quite sure he would be content to just kick extra points from here on out.
Yeah, absolutely no question. I think his teammates would be okay with him just kicking the extra points as well. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They'll run straight ahead with Hill. And able to use his blockers to get this up over the 40. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
Good yardage there on 1st down, exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making 1st downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your 2nd down play.
Here's Hill again on 2nd down. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. Now a 1st down carry. It's Hill. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
What an advantage having an elite guy in the middle of the defensive line, because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
On 2nd down, Hill. And he'll be stopped at the 46. Gain of 3. Mayfield to throw it. That'll be caught. It's the tight end, Howard. And that's going to be good for another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 38-yard line. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked out before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. Nice job there defensively to clamp down, because really they've been on their heels this drive.
Agreed, and they really needed that one for confidence, just to feel a little bit better. But I don't know if I would be daunted by them stopping me on one run. This drive has gone pretty well. I could come right back at them.
He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. 2 minutes remaining in this 1st half of football. An 8-play drive to this point. So here's play number 9 on 3rd and 7. Throwing, Mayfield. A dump off now to Hill. He's going to pick up the first down and then some. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Mayfield. He'll get it once more into the hands of Hill. Touchdown! A great effort there with his 16th touchdown of the year. And the Bucs have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. The touchdown all set up by the big play one snap before, but they finish it off here with a shorter completion, this time for the score.
I like how they stuck with what got them there, right? The big pass play, got the momentum going, right? You create it with a play like that, and you come right back with another pass play to finalize things off.
The Bucs ready for the kickoff, and here we go. It's in the air. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't.
Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Picked by Antoine Winfield Jr. And the Bucs are going to take possession of the football. Before we came up to the booth, last thing he said as we were walking off the field, want to play mistake-free football. Well, that just went out the window there with a pick.
And do you remember what you said to me when we were walking up to the booth after he said that? You're like, oh, fatal last words. Every time we hear that, things tend to fall apart a little bit. That's what we saw there. Didn't get enough on that throw, and it turned into an interception.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. A yard in the wrong direction makes 3rd down tougher. 3rd down and 9. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. On 3rd down, it's Hill. And he got blown up, losing yardage on the play back at the 44. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. Mayfield to throw for it on 4th. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Bucs try it on 4th down, but come up empty. And the Falcons' defense stands tall. They'll get the football back. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And with great starting field position and a couple of timeouts at their disposal, they'll certainly have the green light here. Try to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. On 2nd and 10, Wilson. And that is incomplete.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they didn't completions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the 1st down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Wilson. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Early on, the running game's been working well, and the offensive line has been pleased by that. The thought process there, catch those safeties creeping up, trying to help against the running game. They tried to hit them over the top, unsuccessfully.
Nice punt, but good work on the return to get back 11 yards. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And with a 2-score lead already, they may just look to get this thing to the locker room. Nifty move. And an anxious moment or two there, but they do get him down. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Again, they run with Hill. And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. A good run got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3. Give up the gut to Hill. And he'll get it out to midfield. They'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8.
Now that's the way to do it. Hand it to someone with vision and good footwork, and add in a little bit of power, and you find a way to pick up 1st downs.
Mayfield now from the 50. It's caught by Mike Evans. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. A big completion there, and he gets out of bounds to stop the clock.
Very heady football. That allows them the opportunity to go ahead and line up and kick one right before the half ends.
And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the 2nd quarter. Now whistles here before the snap. Looked like one of the Bucs may have moved. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On it's the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. So we have reached halftime here with the visiting Buccaneers out on top. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3. It'll be Falcons football, and they trail here as we get back underway on EA Sports. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. Well, they look up at the scoreboard facing that deficit. A 3-score game, Charles, but look, there's plenty of time to go here. The old football cliche that comes to my mind is you can't get it. And intercepted. Wilson's 3rd of the game. Picked by Antoine Winfield Jr. And the Buccaneers are going to take possession of the football. That one is going to sting. First play of the 3rd quarter and a turn.
You have to know that at halftime, they spent a lot of time going through their checklist of what they wanted to accomplish to start this third quarter. Turning it over like this was not on that list.
Not at all. And you come out of the locker room trailing, so that first drive to establish momentum is very key.
Crucial.
They'll go with Hill here on first down. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Now we're first and 10 at the 11. And once again, Hill, he's been busy. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up second and 7.
Here's Hill one more time. And he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play. This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so, you might want to go ahead and run it anyway because that's your...
And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. A great play there with his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Buccaneers take advantage of the field position on the turnover to cash in for 6. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is now 24. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line.
Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. They'll look to throw here. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
We're into the second half now. This is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. They're indeed going for it as they look to throw.
Open man is Denzel Mims. And he is going to have a Falcons first down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive.
From the shotgun, a give to Jones. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Another modest gain there on that one, and I think, Charles, you can probably pin part of the deficit on a failure on their part to really get this ground game established.
Yeah, and they've really struggled to be multidimensional in this one, haven't they, partner, because they have to be extremely...
Oh, the Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes.
Loss of 10 as multiple defenders get to him.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in third and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
It's been clear in this matchup which side has been the more physical one. It's been this defense. And here's another example on that last play.
Let's go now.
They're going to try and throw. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Picked up by Sean Murphy-Bunting. And the Bucs are going to get the ball back on the turnover as they hold on 4th down. Well, they definitely figured out something defensively at halftime, Charles. That's now 2 drives and 2 interceptions here in this 3rd quarter.
And I think the easy thing for us to say is, boy, they made an adjustment, didn't they? Or they showed him something different. I'm not so sure it's that as much as maybe he's just been impatient and forced the ball a little bit. In any event, as you noted, back-to-back interceptions thrown.
They'll start the drive with Hill. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Here's Hill again on 2nd down. And he's going to be taken down shy of the 10, right around the 9-yard line. Give him 2 yards that time, and it's going to leave him with a 3rd and 11 situation. We're backed up here. Tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. From the gun, Mayfield. And he finds Howard complete. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 20. Up the middle, it's Hill. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Here's Hill again on 2nd down. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. Know what the converse is, though? You've got to win those one-on-one blocks, and when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
Mayfield looks to throw. And that is incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. 49-yard punt, 5 on the return. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive.
Well, it's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. A turnover on the last drive. They had the issue in the first half as well, and that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works. I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one, weren't able to do so.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They'll look to throw. He's going to let it go again. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Picked up by Jamel Dean. And the Buccaneers are going to take possession of the football. They'll still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about, is the team that just threw that interception. They've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
They give it to Hill running right. Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Going again on the ground here with Hill. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a 3rd and about 4 more for a first.
A gain of 4, and it's 3rd down.
And that's going to do it. Clock hits zeros. They're not going to get another playoff. Time has run out on this 3rd quarter. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. This offense so far on 3rd down, they've hit 4 of 7. This is 3rd and 4. Play action now. Here's Mayfield. And he's got a man. It's the tight end Howard, complete. And he is going to have a Bucs first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. On the handoff, it's Hill. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. A great effort there with his 3rd touchdown and 18th on the year. And the Buccaneers look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. CD, it'll go into the books as just 1 win, but this is a really impressive win. They've done it on defense, and here they continue to do it on offense. Another score in the 4th quarter to widen that advantage.
I like where you were going with that one. Would you say, partner, it was really 3 victories today? Landslide on the scoreboard, emphatic victory on either side of the ball. They really got it done.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. They were coming off the extra week of rest, but this team started sluggish, and it really didn't get any better from there. And trailing big here in this 4th quarter. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19.
If he's their best threat on offense, use your #1 cover guy on defense. It doesn't matter about size.
They have had him locked up. That just his first catch of the game. Big reason why they're down. That's Olave bringing in another one. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. 26 big yards on that one. It's another first down.
Well, this game is certainly pretty well rolled. They go and mark it in the win column. But as a defense, they don't want to get so soft now that everybody just throws the ball all over the place against them, gets big yardage, and puts points on the board. They have pride, too, on that side of the ball.
A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. Great job of...
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Loss of 10 as multiple defenders get to it. Now, the #1 mission of any offensive line, you got to protect that quarterback, keep him safe back there. This time, the rush got to him in a hurry.
Yeah, and this time it's going to come from the middle linebacker because watching the lineman, It seemed to me that they thought he was going to drop back into pass protection, but he surprised them and came on the blitz instead and had a pretty clear run to the quarterback.
As we check the next-gen stats, you'll see he had precious little time to do anything with the football there. Boy, and now they can't even get a playoff. And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. To throw is Wilson. Got a man. It's Schwartz, complete. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
Now Wilson. Touchdown, Falcons. Denzel Mims. A 5-yard touchdown. And the Falcons get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit. He was on point throwing the ball right there. He had the big play to get him down close, and then he delivers a touchdown pass on 1st and goal.
And you mentioned the big play that got him down close. I think that big play left him reeling a little bit. They didn't recover from it. And you know, they always talk about having to have a short memory on defense after a big play against you. Looks like their memory was a little too long there.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. It's a squibber picked up around the 27.
The Bucs take over 1st down 10 at their own 29-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable 4th quarter lead. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Here's Hill again on 2nd down. And he'll get about 3 up close to the 35.
Number 44 on the carry. Brought down at the 35-yard line. A 3-yard pickup. 3rd down.
On 3rd down, here's Hill. And this won't be enough. Stopped a yard short after a gain of 3. 4th down.
So many things go into making a good play on defense. In this situation, just not being blown out of the way was a big start, and then a nice tackle to finish things off.
Fourth down, Mayfield. He finds his tight end, Howard. That's complete. And he's going to have the Bucs first down as they manage to convert And that'll keep the drive alive. Oh, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it. But in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out. Now a handoff. Here's Hill. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. 106 yards rushing for him now in this one as he is closing in on 1,800 yards for the year. Coming up on the final 2.5 minutes. And boy, has it been fun to watch this offense operate. Quite the display, and now they look to polish it off. First down, and it's Hill again. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. Here comes the 8th play of the drive, and they need a full 10 yards on 3rd down. Mayfield now. Over the middle to Evans. And he's going to come up a few yards short of the first. They get him to the ground at the 37. Now Mayfield on 4th down. He's got his tight end over the middle, O.J. Howard. How about them biting off 15 yards there on the 4th down attempt and keeping the drive alive?
Well, there's absolutely been no stopping this offense today. They already have the big lead, obviously. Here in the fourth quarter, they could coast to the end, but right now they're not passing up any chances to put up some garbage time yardage.
And, partner, why would they? Because who knows the next time you'll be playing as well as you have today. When you're in that zone, you go ahead and take full advantage of it. You don't worry about your opponent. You just worry about what you're doing.
So after the conversion on 4th, here's 1st and 10 just outside of the red zone.
Back to the ground. It's Hill. And a couple of yards as they move it from the 21 to the 19.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Well, the lead late in the 4th, but Mayfield's going to throw it.
And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down.
Well, that's a good piece of quarterbacking right there because he certainly felt the pressure coming. The alternative, getting sacked for the first time. He didn't like that option at all. Did a nice job saving yardage by throwing that one away.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. From the gun, a run for Hill. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. When this offense gathers to watch the tape, they're going to like a lot of what they saw. They put up big numbers, but they might fast forward through that last play.
Oh, there won't be any fast forwarding, partner. I've sat in those sessions before. You end up spending more time on the bad plays than you do on the good ones. It's just the nature of coaches. But I know sitting in that room, when you've had a big game, they're
going for Howard, but the pass intercepted.
Picked off by Jerome Baker.
And the Falcons are going to get the ball back on the turnover as they hold on 4th down.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. After the interception, here's Wilson. Throwing right, and that's complete. And they work this out past the 25. Throwing now, Wilson on 1st down. He's going to let it fly. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. picked off by Jamel Dean. And the Bucs are going to get it back here just past the 35. I think it's safe to say this is a game he's not going to forget anytime soon, Charles. 3 interceptions.
It's rare that we see 3 interceptions by one team, let alone by an individual. And I think that after the second one, he's probably telling his teammates, any ball that's in the air, it's going to be mine. And that turned out to be true.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And some room to work. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he takes it in for the score on the game's final